is CBS News Miami.
Good afternoon and thank you for joining us. I'm Najahe Sherman and welcome to CBS News Miami's 4 p.m. Quickcast. We are tracking the first heat advisory of the summer. Dangerously hot out there.
It really, I think it's going to be the hottest weekend of the summer. That's how I'm going to put it because of the humidity. It's going to be that high. We've already been hot this summer, no question about it, but it's the combination of not just the humidity and the temperatures, but the fact that we're not going to get a break from cloud cover or from any significant rainfall here. Isolated showers here and there, but not enough of a canopy to help us out. So we're going to spend most of the entire day tomorrow and again on Sunday into the 100s for feels like temperatures, hours and hours and hours. And so you have to give yourself a break. Even if you grew up like me in Florida, this is next level stuff here. So drink water, use AC, use common sense, and for God's sakes, the pets, leave them inside. I know there are dogs that have to be outside. Just make sure they have a lot of water to be able to get through here because it is going to be that kind of a weekend. And as I mentioned, really not a break until next week, till we get back into our afternoon thunderstorm chances. The feels like temperatures about 105 to 108. I mean, you're splitting hairs. It's going to be dangerously hot depending on where you are. We'll talk about those specific numbers here, but can you tell the difference between 106, 107, 108? Once you start getting into that range, that's when really things can get out of hand very quickly. Now, we're in the upper 80s to lower 90s. Even last night when I was here close to midnight, it was still about 99 to 100 as far as it feels like. We've peaked so far this afternoon. So things are beginning to come down, but we're still at 104. Places like Pembroke Pines, Miami, right at the Century Market down towards Kendall and Homestead as well. It really won't be much of a relief. Now, when we see this, we'll take a little bit of a dip as we head into next week. And what I also think will happen is we're not going to spend the entire day with the 100s. We'll certainly get them, but we are going to get back into showers and thunderstorms. Problem is we're going to shut this down as far as our rain-making machine and our cooling machine for the weekend. Big dome of high pressure, sinking air, compressing air, warms it even more so. But at the surface, you still have abundant humidity. We have our highest dew points of the season into the upper 70s. Dew points typically don't reach 80 degrees, so that kind of gives you an idea of how high we're going to get. So that continues for Sunday as well. And our saving grace here will be next week. You see the moisture well to our east. That is going to start pushing in our direction. The dome will break down, and we'll get back into more typical afternoon thunderstorms. But we're going to have to wait quite some time. Quick check on the tropics. Things there are in great shape. We're looking good. No activity expected over the next 7 days. So that is going to be nice for us as we check in on the next weather 7-day forecast. Again, temps will climb into the low 90s, so a few degrees above average, but it's the humidity that makes it feel a good 10, 15 degrees plus what you're seeing on screen there. Overnight lows are not going to help us. And there you see the scant rain chances for Saturday and Sunday until we get a little bit more moisture. Monday transition into healthier rain chances, which will help us out big time with the heat into next week.
Ivan, thank you. We are in hurricane season, and the Next Weather team is making sure that you are prepared. Just scan the QR code and find all the tools that you need to help you get ready. You can also find our 1-hour special. It has important information for you and your family this hurricane season. Just go to cbsmiami.com. We are on top of a developing story in West Miami-Dade. Police now say today's deadly shooting investigation that involves 2 separate scenes is a murder-suicide. First, Chopper 4 over the murder scene at Northwest 10th Lane and 127th Path. Police say they found a woman with a gunshot wound lying on the ground. She was dead. Now to the second scene. This is in Sweetwater. A violent crash at Southwest 107th Avenue and 3rd Street. Police found a man in the driver's seat with a self-inflicted gunshot wound. He was also dead. Police say the two were a couple. Why the man shot and killed the woman and later himself is under investigation. A South Florida family is desperate for answers. They joined deputies today in an effort to find the hit-and-run driver who killed their loved one near Miami shores. The man was on a bike at the time. As CBS News Miami's Steve Majiri reports, the driver was in a dark 4-door car.
Miami-Dade detectives say that they do have surveillance footage of this hit and run, and they're hoping that the vehicle will turn up at some body shop nearby, since we're told the vehicle was damaged in this hit and run. But as for the victim's family, they just want the driver to turn themselves in. Dorothy Eisler says she got a devastating call hours after her brother Samuel Lee Singletary was killed Tuesday night.
It was like 1 o'clock on Wednesday morning. I was so hurt and shocked.
She says she misses her brother's quiet demeanor and positive outlook on life.
That's my brother next to me. There were 6 of us, and that was the only brother that was left, my oldest brother.
Deputies say Singletary was struck by a driver and killed Tuesday just after 9 p.m. in the 9200 block of Northwest 7th Avenue. Deputies say the subject was driving a dark sedan and fled the scene without rendering aid or calling 911. The family handed out these flyers at the scene, asking anyone with information to come forward.
I know this man personally.
Centroy Corker says he didn't know Singletary died until after seeing the flyer.
It's laws, we gotta obey laws. We don't want to obey the law, but I stopped by to tell you, I don't care who you is, you're gonna get caught.
The vehicle was passing and overtaking vehicles at the time of the incident.
Miami-Dade detectives say they've collected evidence that will eventually lead them to the driver.
We believe this vehicle to have front-end damage and also windshield damage. We have vehicle parts that were recovered from the scene. We have surveillance video of the incident and surveillance video of the subject fleeing the scene.
Eisler says she has just one message for the driver.
Turn yourself in. This was not roadkill. This was a human being just like you.
Miami-Dade detectives say that the driver made this much worse for themselves by leaving the scene instead of staying and trying to help out the victim. If you have any information on this case, call the Miami-Dade Sheriff's Office. In Northwest Miami-Dade, Steve Majiri, CBS News, Miami.
The case of a mother accused of killing her own child is back in court. Najahe Gupta is facing a murder charge. Today, a judge set her arraignment for August 7th. Police say Gupta staged her 4-year-old daughter's death, making it appear like she accidentally drowned in a pool in El Portal. Investigators say the child was smothered to death. Now to the Trump presidency. The president is ordering a new disclosure of information. It's related to the Jeffrey Epstein case. It comes as pressure is mounting for full disclosure from the government. CBS News Miami's Erica Brown has the latest from Capitol Hill.
I call it the Epstein hoax.
As pressure builds for the Trump administration to disclose more information related to the Jeffrey Epstein case, President Trump has ordered Attorney General Pam Bondi to release pertinent grand jury records, which Bondi says she will request. The president also pushed back on a Wall Street Journal report alleging Trump wrote a birthday note to Epstein in 2003 that included a hand-drawn sketch appearing to show the outline of a nude woman. The Journal reports the letter ends saying, "Happy birthday and may every day be another wonderful secret." Trump called the letter fake, writing on social media, "These are not my words, not the way I talk," and he's threatening to sue the paper and its owner, Rupert Murdoch. The move follows weeks of scrutiny, much of it coming from the president's own supporters.
The sad part is it's people that are really doing the Democrats' work. They're stupid people.
Stephen Taylor, a Trump supporter from Western Pennsylvania, says the president's base is demanding what the president promised.
We put you in office. You ran on this platform. You offered it. We didn't ask for it, and now we want it. We demand it. You know, people need. There needs to be accountability. There needs to be justice.
Republicans on Capitol Hill are pushing for more transparency from the Trump administration on the Epstein files, advancing a resolution out of a House committee calling for the Justice Department to release more information about the case.
Every single one of the Republicans on the Rules Committee are for transparency and for releasing the files, just as the President of the United States is, and they wanted that to make crystal clear.
We obviously want the files released. We want every name that's on there to be held accountable.
Democrats voted against a resolution because it's non-binding. Erica Brown, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
In your consumer news, it is the countdown to back to school. Broward Public Schools begins August 11th and Miami-Dade begins 3 days later. According to a new report, many Americans have already begun their back to school shopping. The National Retail Federation says 2/3 of back to school shoppers have already started buying clothing and supplies. That is a 55% increase from last year. The reason? It deals with tariffs and rising prices. Families with kids in kindergarten through high school plan to spend about $858. That's down from last year. College students and their parents also plan to spend less. They'll spend about $1,300. When we come back, what do CBS News Miami anchors Elliot Rodriguez and Lauren Pastrana do when they're not anchoring? Well, this past week, they've been practicing their pitching. Find out why next. Welcome back to CBS News Miami's 4 p.m. Quickcast. Okay, so it is finally Friday, our favorite day of the week. Here is CBS News Miami's Lisa Petrillo with something to whet your appetite for tonight's Taste of the Town.
Lisa, irashaimase. Welcome to Midori.
Thank you, Alvaro. We are at Midori in Coconut Grove. What a charming spot this is. You're the owner, a hidden gem in the Grove. Locals know it well. Tell me about that.
Well, it's a little place that is focused about quality versus quantity. The sushi is amazing. We bring the fish from Japan. We have some bowls that are unbelievable. We have a sushi platter, and we also do to go. So it's perfect for the community.
And I love that it's like 8 seats here, 4 there, and outside dining as well. A charming spot, much more to talk about later and much more to taste later. So tune in tonight to CBS Miami at 5:30. We're going to see them. I'm Lisa Petrillo. Now I'm going to get in the kitchen.
Now to the Miami Marlins. The Fish are back in action tonight at Lone Depot Park, and you can watch the game for free right here on CBS Miami. The Marlins begin the second half of the season taking on the Kansas City Royals. So far this season, the Marlins have surpassed expectations. They have a 44-51 record and sit in third place in the National League East. But before the Marlins take the field, 2 members of the CBS News Miami team will be on the diamond. Anchors Lauren Pastrana and Elliot Rodriguez are throwing out the first pitch tonight, and they have been practicing. Look for their live reports from Lone Depot Park starting at 5. Our coverage of tonight's game between the Royals and Marlins on CBS Miami starts at 7, and of course you can watch that game for free. And keeping with the baseball theme, LA Dodgers superstar Shohei Ohtani is hoping for another big hit, this time off the mound. The 3-time MVP is co-writing a children's book about his dog named Decoy. Ohtani posted a teaser on his Instagram. It shows a photo of Decoy sitting next to the book. It's titled Decoy Saves Opening Day and goes on sale early next year. The book will support nonprofits that help find homes for stray and abandoned dogs. That does it for your CBS News Miami Quickcast. I'm Najahe Sherman. Stay tuned for more news right here on CBS News Miami, and have a great day.